What's up, guys? What is up? What's going on, man? We are here today. We are rocking and rolling. We are excited. We're excited. And the reason why we're excited is because I want to get you guys thinking in a whole different realm, right? What has been going on with a lot of people that I've watched, a lot of people that I am talking to, a lot of people who I see um, throughout life have been thinking in the wrong terms, right? They've been thinking in the realm of tragedy, right? The world is going to shit. Excuse my language. But a lot of people are talking about how bad things are. And literally, that is their only focus. Their only focus is how bad things are in the world today. And they're making this huge mistake of relating themselves to the world. Come on. Listen, let me tell you guys something, okay? What's going on in the world right now, even though it has everything to do with you emotionally, mentally, right? Because that is what you're creating. It actually has nothing to do with you, right? It has nothing to do with you. What is going on in the world right now really doesn't have anything to do with you. You as an individual, you as an entity, you as a person, you as a spirit. Okay, what is going on in the world right now is tons of negativity and it's trying to bring you into a whole different realm of negativity, right? And that is not what you're about, guys. That is not what you're about. You're not about negativity. You're not about, okay, um, all of this stuff that is going on that is trying to stop you from becoming the best person that you are, right? A lot of people don't get that, right? A lot of people don't understand that what is going on in the world is an attempt. It's an attempt to hijack. Literally, it's an attempt to hijack you from creating the life that you want, right? And if you allow it, if you allow this to hijack creating the life that you want, then at the end of the day, all I can say is it's on you. You choose how you want to respond to all the things that are happening to the world. You choose it, right? And so you have a choice of choosing the positive section, beautiful, serene, creating the life that you want, or you get to choose the negative section, right? Just think about that. Ben, what's going on? How you doing, brother? What's going on? You get to choose the negative section, right? So you have two choices in life to create the life that you want, man. Yeah, you know it, Ben, man. Good to see you today. Good to see you. Hope you had a good day at work, man. I'm out here and it's late at night. Daylight savings got me all jacked up. And I'm out here and where it's almost 11, it's probably midnight in my head. So I'm just out here talking and trying to make sure that everybody creates the life that they want, So um, you know how it goes, man. Thank you, brother, for showing up anyway. But what I'm trying to tell you guys is that the world that you create, the world that you create, literally is up to you. You choose how you want to respond to everything that is happening around you. Just think about that, right? That's deep. And I know it's deep, and I know it may be too deep for some people, right? But I'm asking you to put on your boots. Put on your boots, man. Your fishing boots, your shit boots. Pull them all the way up, as far as you can and step in. Step in deep, because the fact of the matter is that your life is what it is because it's what you allow yourself to think that your life is. And you may not comprehend that the first time through, so I'm going to say that again. Your life is the way it is because you allow yourself to think that that's how your life is. Wake up. Wake up. Okay? You actually are the maestro, okay? The head of the orchestra that actually determines how your life is going to turn out, how you are going to live your life, whether you're going to live your life in excitement and pleasure, or whether you're going to live your life in misery, always thinking that things don't work out for you. Because I'm going to tell you right now, okay, there are tons of entities. I'm not even going to say people, right? There are tons of entities out there that would prefer that you not take advantage of the power that you have to create the life that you want. Right? Because the more people that create the life that they want, the less that they feel that there is for them, right? Because listen, those individuals that want you to create the life that you want, that don't want you to create the life that you want, they are the type of individuals that live in scarcity. And I'm gonna ask you guys right here, right now, not to live in scarcity. Okay? Scarcity is an illusion. It is. It's an illusion. It's an illusion that people have a tendency to move toward when they just don't want to put in the work, right? Right. So when people don't want to put in the work, they start to move toward the realm of scarcity, right? It's not enough for me. Somebody already has it, you know, and people go through this all of the time, and they talk about all of the things that they can't have and they don't achieve in life. When the truth is that there is no such thing as scarcity in life. Well, I'm not going to say there's no such thing as scarcity, but the things that you want to achieve in life, the goals, the dreams, the aspirations are in, they're bountiful. There's plenty of it for you. So when you turn around, you begin to start thinking that there is scarcity in life, then you start to believe that you are competing against people. Listen, let me tell you guys something. There is no competition out there. Nobody's competing against the resources that you want. Okay? Competing against you, that is, right? So you create the illusion in your mind that somebody is competing against you for the things that you want in your life. And so now you think that there's scarce resources. I'm telling you, everything you want in life is in abundance. And I'll give you something even more crazier, right? A lot of people think that what they truly want in life is money, right? Money. Um, and it depends on where you live at, obviously, but I think it's probably the same in almost any country, right? That has a president and is ruled, right? They print as much money as they need. Period. That's it. If they want more money, they print more money. That's it. Okay. So that paper money that you're holding in your hand, that you stash in your mattress, right? I'm probably talking about my age when I talk about stashing money in your mattress. But the money that you're stashing all over the place it is consistently and constantly losing value. And the reason why it's losing value is because, right, they create money whenever they need money. So no matter how much money you hold on to, if the government needs money, they'll just print more. Right? So think about that. Just think about that when you are sitting there and you think that the physical money that you're holding on to holds value. I'm telling you guys that the physical money that you're holding on to is not valuable. It's not about the money. It's about the value that you bring to your table, the value that you create for other people, the value of you that you create in yourself that you can give to other people that are willing to pay for your services or things that you can do for them. Because at the end of the day, what do we want money for? Honestly, most of us want money to make life a little easier than what it currently is. That's what it is, right? Most of us want money to um, have our life forced not to do as much work, right? Because you're working hard, you're doing all this stuff, and you're exhausted. We're exhausted. We're tired, right? So when you're tired of working so hard and doing the monotonous tasks that you do each and every day, okay, you're hoping and praying that something comes along that allows you to take a break from that. Just think about this. So, and I've thought about this long and hard, right? Why do I truly want money? Why do you want money, guys? Think about that. Why do you want money? And the reason why we want money, okay, um, is because of the fact that we want things to be easier for us in our life. And we feel the pressure, we feel the pain, okay, of working hard to get what we want out of life. So just think about that. We want a break from the hard work. We want a break from the hard work. But the truth is, guys, let me tell you, the truth is that the hard work is what makes life worth living. You understand me? The hard work is what makes life worth living, right? If you had a life that did not have hard work, you could not appreciate the life that you are currently living right now. You could, if you didn't have the struggles, you wouldn't appreciate the good times. So just think about that. Good times, okay, come with struggles. That's it. If good times did not come with struggles, then you would not understand what good times even mean. It would just be status quo. So just think about that. If it was just status quo in your life, then nothing else would matter. You would just be living in a conundrum type life, okay, where nothing is happening and nothing is going on, okay, and there's no ebbs and flows, there's no highs and lows, right? And you're just living, okay, and I don't see that as a life. One of the greatest things about my life that I've understood, that I've tried to figure out along the way, is my struggles. My struggles are one of the most exciting things that have ever happened in my life. Right? When you go to a extremely low place and you fight to get out of that low place and you actually achieve that goal, it's bliss. It's bliss, right? You begin to appreciate, okay, where you are, where you came to, and the person that you created in order to get to that place. Oh my God, you guys, let me tell you something. One of the best things that happened in my life was struggles. When struggles happened in my life, I began to appreciate life more. When I didn't have struggles in my life, I did not appreciate it. Okay? As a matter of fact, let me tell you guys this. All right? And maybe you guys will get this, maybe you won't. Okay? Sometimes it takes some time to get it. So if you don't get it immediately, it's okay. All right? If you don't get it immediately, it is okay. Right? When you finally have struggles in your life, when you finally have struggles in your life, right? And I'm talking you, we get to a point in time where there's nobody else that is going to bail you out, right? I can't remember. Maybe I was 15, 16, maybe even 17, where I still relied on my parents to bail me out, hoping that they would bail me out, right? And the truth is, my parents told me, there's no way in hell I'm bailing you out, okay? I'm barely surviving myself. There's no way I'm going to bail you out, okay? That was at 16 and 17 years old, man. I was just becoming a senior in high school, about to go off to college, and my parents already let me know they don't have my bailout plan. That created a whole different version of me. That created a whole different version of me. That created a version of me that let me know that I'm on my own, that I'm going to have to figure this out by myself. It was okay, right? Because that's all that I knew at that time, right? That's all that I knew at that time. I knew that at a certain age, you got to start figuring things out on your own. And I'm glad that I was only 16, 17 years old when that time happened. Because now, so 40 years later in my life, man, I'm like, of course I'm the one who has to figure it out on my own. Of course I'm that guy, right? So stop going through your life thinking, believing that there's some hero that's going to come along and pull you out of that shit show that you created for yourself, right? And listen, here's the deal. Most people, the reason why we're talking right now, the only reason why you guys are listening to me is because you've made a whole bag of shit for your life at this time, right? And it's nothing wrong with admitting that. I mean, as a matter of fact, people who don't admit it are probably living in an illusion of how your life is right now. You're probably saying to yourself, oh, it's not that bad. When the truth is, yeah, it's that bad. Okay. And when I started understanding that, yeah, it's that bad. Okay. When I started understanding that, yeah, it's that bad, there was no way in hell I was going to allow me to continually live that life. Right? There's no way I was going to continue to allow myself to live that life. It's just what it is. So the truth is that life is about change and challenges, right? And I say those two words together, change and challenges, because life is always going to challenge you, okay? And if you're going to meet those challenges, you're going to have to change. So just think about that. When I say change and challenges, what I truly am talking about is that in order to have more than what you currently have, you're going to have to challenge yourself to change who you currently are. The version of yourself who has what you have is tapped out. You are tapped out where you are, And it's time for you to grow to the next level and become more than what you are. It's time for you to evolve. Okay, a caterpillar cannot stay a caterpillar forever, guys. Come on, you can't stay a caterpillar forever. You got to eventually grow. You got to eventually grow and become more than what you currently are. Okay, if you don't, okay, you will die right there where you are in that spot. Okay, miserable, full of regret, and I don't want that for you guys. I don't want you to live a life full of regret. Okay. I want you guys to evolve and become more than what you are. So, you know, I started off this. Um, my course is Seven Secrets to Daily Happiness, right? That's my course. 7 secrets that I have, okay, to daily happiness that I've been using every single day for, oh my God, maybe the last 20 years now, right? And people literally, they don't believe that I'm happy as I am, but I truly am because of these 7 secrets. And anytime that I feel like I've gotten off course to who I am or what I truly believe in, I tap myself back in to these daily secrets, okay, and I find happiness once again. So, um, I want to get into that. I want to get into that. I want to talk about that. I want to make you sure that you guys understand what you need to do to have the happiest life possible. Okay? What do you need to do? What do you need to do to have the happiest life possible? Well, one of the things that I have written up on my board over here, um, maybe you guys can't see it here. Let me see if I could. There you go. Move it over a little bit more for you guys to see. And that is, do not take a day off from your plan, right? That has absolutely nothing to do with my 7 secrets to daily happiness. But I want to say that as I was going through my notes, and I want to say that people have a tendency to want to take a break from their plans to create a good life. You can't take a break from your plans to create a good life. You take a break from your plans to travel. You take a break from your plans for Pilates class. You could take a break from your plans to learn another language, but you cannot take a break from your plan to create the life that you want. You cannot take a break from that. You can't take a break from that. So don't take a break from the plans, right? See what happens is here, guys. It's consistent rituals that you're going to do each and every day that will create lifetime habits toward your success. Rituals. It's things that you do each and every day that's going to cause you to have the best life possible. Right? It's not the things that you're going to do once in a while. No. It's the things you're going to do every single day. Every single day is the things that you're going to do that's going to create the best life possible. So understand that, man. Understand that what you do each and every day is going to create the life that you want. So hang in there, guys. Hang in there. I'm telling you right here, right now, is that the life that you want is only a a short a short a short step away, right? A short step away, and so that's what I want you guys to understand and think about. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Jeremiah, how you doing today? What's going on? We're on YouTube as well as TikTok. So we're getting it in and we're making it happen. And that's important, man. That is important. That is key. So let's get in here. Let's dig into this. All right. That's what we want to do. We want to dig into this, guys. So I got a couple of pages stuck together. But I am Sal Blue. I'm Sal Blue, guys. So all of you who follow me already know who I am. I'm retired lieutenant, trauma survivor, okay, who is trying to get out there and help as many people as possible create the life that you want. So just think about that. All right, what type of life do you want? Because one of my first steps in helping people create the life that they want is helping them to frame, right? Because most people don't know, helping to frame to them what is considered a good life. And then after they frame it, helping people to say, hey, realistically, what is a good life for you? Okay, so after you frame what is a good life, helping you to turn around and frame realistically what is a good life to you. Because what is a good life to you may not be a good life to me, may not be a good life to the next person. It's all about expectancy, right? So what you expect in life may not be okay. May not be what is considered a good life. Yeah, it's just what it is. Okay. So I tell people to understand that as they go through the process of creating the best life possible. So I'm Lieutenant Sal Blue, guys. I'm a retired police lieutenant, and I'm a trauma survivor, and now I'm a mentor. And what I want you guys to know is I speak from my gut. I speak from my gut and I speak from my feelings. Okay. And my mission when I do my podcast each and every day, when I do my lives every weekend, guys, when I'm here on TikTok and YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and Snapchat and all of these other social platforms, right? My main goal, right, is to help everyday men and women break the cycles, right? Because we all have cycles of negativity that we are going through right now. And help people break the cycle and rewire their thinking and finally reach the version of life that actually feels good to live. Just think about that, right? I'm trying to help people reach that version of life that actually feels good to live, right? You know, how many times have you gone through life and you're just in a funk, right? You're in a funk and you're like, man, why am I going on in life through this bullshit right now? Right? You think about that to yourself. You may not express that to anybody else, and I'm not asking you guys to express that to me, but I've been there. I've been there. I've been there to that point in my life where I'm asking myself, what is going on here? Why am I living this life this way? And why am I just unhappy and not reaching the goals that I truly want? And I think that when you start to answer those questions in your life, it changes things. It changes things dramatically. Because now you subconsciously have to answer that question. Many of us go through life and we don't want to ask that question because we know that if we ask that question, even though consciously we try to avoid it and not answer it, subconsciously that same question is going to continually run over and over again every single night that we go to sleep. Every single night that we turn off our conscious brain, the brain that's trying to stop us from realizing that we have not achieved our goals, the brain that is stopping us from realizing that we're not going for what I want, the brain that is stopping us from going out and trying to be an entrepreneur and doing other things in our lives, right? Our conscious brain is stopping us from doing that because our conscious brain usually is controlled by fear, right? Fear from the media, fear from our family, fear from all these other people who are telling you that you should not go out there and do what you want to do with your life because it's dangerous, right? Just think about that. Everything that you want to do in life, you probably don't do it because other people tell you it's dangerous. And I'm telling you, it's bullshit. Right? It's bullshit. Right? It's what it is, man. It's what it is. Okay, you gotta break through that. You gotta break through that and create the life that you want. That's how it goes, man. That is how it goes. So just think about this. So I want to ask you guys a question. When was the last time you woke up and actually felt happy? Huh? When was the last time you woke up and actually felt happy? I know, right? Listen, in this day and age, 2025, so I'm putting that out there for the video, for YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and all these other platforms that I'm on right now. When is the last time you've actually felt happy? Right? Let me see if I can get a full view of people because I truly want to find the honesty in when is the last time you actually felt happy. That's important, right? And I'm not talking about distracted. I'm not talking about not stressed. I'm not talking about not faking it till you make it. I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about real peace. When is the last time you guys have felt real peace in your life? You've woken up and your heart feels good, man. You feel peaceful. You feel happy. You have no worries. When is the last time you've woken up that way? Huh? Talk to me. Put it in the comments, whatever you want to do. Or just, you don't even have to put it in the comments, but say it to yourself. When is the last time you were truly happy without all of that? When you truly felt peace in your life, right? And that in itself is something that should ignite in you, okay, a whole different animal. But we're gonna get there. We're gonna peel back every layer of this onion of who we are and create the life that you want. So I wrote the 7 Secrets of Daily Happiness because I got tired of chasing moments. Happiness here, sad there, back and forth. I got tired of chasing moments. And those moments never lasted, by the way. I just want you guys to know. Those moments never lasted for me. Okay? So I'm high 1 minute and then I'm sad the next. Right? And then I spend a whole lot of time in the middle, just trying to fight that balance. I don't know whether you guys have ever done that in your life before, but you're fighting that happiness, sadness, balance. Oh, that's so exhausting to fight each and every day, fighting that balance. But I've spent many, many years. I'm not talking days, weeks, and months. I'm talking years fighting that balance. Okay? And so I want you guys to understand that. Okay? I was successful Okay, we talk about that. I was successful, right? I had a successful career. I had a successful business, but inside I was breaking, right? Because I don't know about you guys, but um, I did not have a lot of things in my life that I was literally day in and day out compromising for. You know, you talk about successful, but my success related to people outside of me. You know, I was successful based on people in my career, right? Other lieutenants, other law enforcement officers, other task force members. I was successful in all those areas, right? Because those areas were freaking, they were just ones and zeros, right? You know, but they didn't relate to what I truly wanted out of my life. So, although I was good at following orders, although I was good at taking instructions, although I was good at doing 1 + 1 is 2 and adding that up, I was great at that, right? Somebody telling me what to do based on what was best for them. Okay, that was the life I was living. I was living a life based on what was best for everybody else except for myself because I was good at following orders. And that drove me crazy. Oh my God, it drove me crazy, guys. It drove me crazy because I was not living the life that I wanted. Because I didn't know the life. I didn't know. I had no idea what type of life I wanted for myself. I didn't know. So I based my life on what everybody else told me to do, and because everybody else told me to do this and everybody else told me to do that, I lived my life based on that, and I became really good at following orders and listening to what everybody else told me what to do. Okay, that does not make you a success, by the way. It doesn't make you a success. Okay, so I wrote the Seven Secrets of Daily Happiness. Okay, because I was tired of chasing moments that never lasted, and I was successful on the outside, but on the inside, I was breaking, man. And and I don't know, maybe you guys felt that way too. I don't know. Maybe you felt that way too when it came to creating the life that you want. So that's why I wrote the Seven Secrets of Daily Happiness because I was tired of living that type of life, man. So I wrote, "This is not even me on the cover," and I know it should have been me on the cover, but this is what AI created for me. So that's the photo that I got right now. But maybe on my next version, I'll throw myself on the cover. But that is why I created my Seven Secrets to Daily Happiness because I found some secrets, some things that allowed me to survive, right? Allow me to survive. Many people who have gone through what I've gone through, they have decided not to continue to go through what I've gone through. And that's sad because there's answers for everybody out there. I just want you guys to know that. Okay. So, as I said before, maybe you guys feel what I feel right now, you know, and so I'm telling you guys that there's answers and there's solutions. So what I'm going to go through tonight, okay, is we're going to talk about. We're not just going to talk about happiness, right? Because just talking about happiness is one thing. That's one thing. Just talking about happiness, right? So we're not just going to talk about happiness, right? But what we're going to talk about is reclaiming your power and building peace from the inside out. That's important. Reclaiming your happiness, right? Letting you guys know letting you guys know that you are in charge of your happiness. Nobody's in charge of your happiness but you. So I'm going to help you to reclaim it. Reclaim your happiness, guys. Okay? Well, this happiness comes from the inside out. Somebody told me a long time ago, and it used to drive me crazy throughout my entire relationship. Okay? They said, if you want to be happy in your marriage, if you want to be happy in your relationships, then you need to find somebody who is happy with themselves. Okay? Because you will not find happiness in somebody who is not happy with themselves. Okay? Because what they're continually going to try to do is they're going to try to bring you to where they're at. People always try to bring you to where they are because they're afraid to move elsewhere. So if you're in a relationship with somebody who's not happy with themselves, they're going to continually work extremely hard to make you miserable. And if they're very good at being miserable, guys, let me tell you, if they're very good at being miserable, they're going to make you miserable. All right? It's a whole lot easier for somebody to make you miserable than for you to turn around and make somebody else happy. Yeah, okay. Misery, sadness, all of that has become the default of most people around here in the world. That has become the default of many people. Many people's default is misery. So just keep that in mind, guys. I gotta sneeze. And understand that 100%. Okay. Now, what I'm going to walk you through, guys, today is 7 powerful daily habits that changed my life and the lives of so many others, one sunrise at a time. One sunrise at a time. Okay? One reflection at a time and one choice at a time. So and what that means, guys, basically is every single day you're going to make a choice. Every time the sun comes up, you got to choose it again. Okay? Every day you have to make a choice. You have to make a choice to be happy. Hey, how you doing, K to C? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for coming through. K to C span. That's a lot to take in, but how you doing today? Good to see you. What I'm trying to tell you guys is this: is that every single day you're going to have to make a choice. Happiness is a choice. A choice, right? Things happen to all of us. Crazy stuff happens to every single one of us each and every day. And if you don't choose happiness, despite what happens to you, then you are going to have difficulty in your life. You're going to have difficulty in your life because the world will prefer you to be miserable. Here it is. Okay, that is a secret that a lot of people don't realize, right? The world is going to choose you to be miserable because miserable people are not competition. All right? If you are miserable, you are nobody's competition. You are so caught up in yourself, okay? Reliving, rehashing all of the mistakes that you made, all of the bad things that have happened in your life. You're doing it over and over and over again, right? And so because you're doing those things over and over again, okay, you are nobody's competition. Nobody's worried about you because you're caught up in yourself. You're in a vicious loop of yesterday. I know it's crazy. Crazy when you think about it. But the world would rather have you be stuck in yesterday so you are not the competition for the people today that are willing to live their life and have the best life possible. Wow. How about that? Think about that, guys. Think about that, right? Think about that. Think about the world would rather have you be miserable and living in the past than living your life in the future so that people would have less competition, okay, when it comes to creating the life that they want. I'm telling you, get in the game. That's what this is about. Today, this is about having you to get up off the bench and get in the game to have the best life possible, to be in competition. It's so easy not to have a dog in the fight. When you don't have a dog in the fight, that's you. Woe is me, miserable, living in regrets from the past that you cannot change. Somebody told me a long, long time ago that guess what? You can't change what you've already done. You can't go back in the past. So your best bet is to live in the present. To live in the present. If you want to predict your future, live in the present right now. You got to do it. You got to do it, guys. You got to do it in order to have the best life possible. So I'm asking you guys right now, okay, grab your journal, whatever you do to write things down, okay, and silence the noise and give yourself permission to be here. Because tonight, your piece starts. I want to start your piece right now. Your piece begins today, guys. Your piece begins today with me telling you how this is the best way that you can have the best life possible. This is the best way, okay? All of you guys on TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, all of you guys, man, I want you guys to understand that I'm going to help you to have the best life possible. This is what it is. This is what I'm going to do. And I need you guys to listen and understand. Okay? All right? Now, I want you guys to know, right? When I first started writing the book, 7 Secrets of Daily Happiness, I thought I was writing a book about being positive. Right? How many times have you guys heard that, right? Being positive, right? I thought I was writing a book about being positive because I am extremely positive individual. I'm positive. I love positivity and I love talking about being positive and having a positive outlook on life, right? Because I do believe that every single day is the best day of my life. And I do believe that every single day good things are going to happen to me. So I do believe that. And so um, most of the time, good things happen to me. And most of the time, it is the best day of my life. But here's the deal, guys. Here's the deal. And I want to tell you guys this. Okay. Um, it's more than just that. It's more than just that. It's more than just staying positive, right? Because what I realized, guys, was along the way, happiness isn't about pretending. Happiness isn't about pretending that everything's okay. It's about learning how to be okay, right? I'm about to go deep. It's about learning how to be okay even when things are not right. All right? Because most of the time, things aren't right. Things haven't gone the way you would like them to go. And just because things haven't gone the way you'd like them to go does not mean that you have the right, the right not to be happy. You know, it's deep. It's easy not to be happy. That's what I get, guys. It's so easy not to be happy. It's so easy to be miserable. It's so easy to blame the world on how your life has turned out. That is some of the easiest things to do. And I'm asking you guys not to walk down that route. I'm asking you guys, I'm telling you, things are better than what you think. Okay. And but they're not better if you don't take charge. If you don't take charge, then things won't get better. Okay. So the 7 secrets of happiness came from some of my hardest moments, guys. Okay. It's the days when I almost gave up. The times I felt unseen, and the seasons when I had to rebuild from the ground up. Right? That is where my book came from. My 7 secrets of happiness came from the darkest moments of my life. The darkest, right? And you guys will be surprised with a lot of people because the darkest moments for some people bring the brightest smiles out of most individuals. You know, it just because my smile comes from my soul. Smile doesn't come from my head. If I would just smile based on my mind and all the things that go through my mind, I wouldn't be smiling. My smile comes from my soul, from my spirit, deep within, because it is based on gratitude. So just keep that in mind, guys. Keep that in mind as we go on and we move forward from here. Okay. So as we go through each secret tonight, all of my 7 secrets, I want you guys to think about your story. What is your story? Because everybody has a different story, man. Everybody has a different story. Okay? I want to know about your routines. I want to know about your peace. I want to know about where you might have lost a little bit of yourself, okay, trying to make everyone else happy. Just think about that, right? A little bit of yourself trying to make everybody else happy. That's what I want to know. Where are you at when it comes to that? Okay? That is so important. Okay? When it comes to an overall happiness in your life. How did it work out? Okay? Where did you begin and where are you at right now? Okay? We're going to talk about all of that. Okay? So let's start with the first secret. And this is the one that changed my life, by the way, guys. All right? It's the one that changed my life. And as a matter of fact, it changed everything for me. And here's my first secret. Protect your morning. Yeah, I know. Is that vague? No, it is not vague. Protecting your morning, guys. Protecting your morning is a very, very important factor for me, right? Because what I've found is that when you wake up in the morning, when you open your eyes after a full night's sleep, hopefully, let me say this, hopefully during that full night's sleep, you reprogram your mind, okay, to work to your advantage. But if you haven't, it's okay. Okay. The first thought when you wake up will dictate what type of day you're going to have. Will dictate what type of day you're going to have. So when I say protect your morning, I truly mean it. I truly mean I need you to decide what type of day you're going to have as soon as you open your eyes, as soon as you realize that you're not dead, as soon as you realize that you've taken another breath, when you've taken another breath, okay, and you open your eyes in the morning, decide at that moment, don't let anything else get in the way. This is the best day of my life. That is my sentence that I use. That is my sentence that I use to control my day. I say it before I can think anything else. I go, this is the best day of my life. You could choose whatever you want. You could choose to think about all the things that you didn't get done yesterday. You can choose to think of all the things that could possibly go wrong throughout your day today. You can choose, okay, all of the people that didn't choose you, okay, as the most important priority in their life. You can choose that. Okay. Or you can make the firm decision that this is the best day of your life. And the reason why I tell everybody this, and a lot of people try to debate me for that. And I tell people all the time, you don't know what your best moment is. You don't know what your best moment is. You don't know whether um, today, today is the day that everything goes up, everything goes down, right? But if you determine that today is the best day of your life, it's more likely that things in your life are going to go up as opposed to you worrying about things that you have no control over or things that have happened in your past and things begin to go down. So I think that you have full control over your life and the life that you want to have based on the decision that you make after the first breath that you take. How about that? This decision that you make after the first breath that you take. So as soon as you take a breath and you realize that you're alive, once again, say to yourself, this is the best day of my life. Okay? And I think that at that point in time, that is the most powerful thing on the universe, in the planet. Okay? Understand that this is the best life possible. This is the best day possible for you. So make that statement every single day when you wake up, and then make it happen. Okay, it's one thing to say it, but one thing that I've realized and I've learned over years and years and years of practice is that when you say something, start acting toward it, because action makes it a reality. So you can say that it's the best life ever, and then when you start making it the best life ever through your actions, it solidifies it, okay, in the universe. Now the universe knows that when you wake up and you say it's the best life ever, it is going to start to rain great things down on you that's going to create the best life possible. So understand that. Protect your morning, right? Because the world is going to try to attack you immediately. It knows, the world knows that that is your point of vulnerability. The world knows it's your point of vulnerability. So, of course, it's going to try to attack you first thing in the morning. Of course, man. If it can get you in the morning, then it already knows it got your day. And if it has your day, then it knows it has your week. And if it has your week, then it knows it has you where it wants. It has your life. So protect your morning at all costs, guys. Make that statement. Tell yourself it's the best day of your life. And then get out there and make it the best day of your life. Meaning action. Meaning achieve your goals. Try to achieve everything that you said you were going to achieve. Go out there and get it done. Okay? Best day possible. Okay? Secret number two. Secret number two, guys. Choose peace over proving. Now, peace for me, guys, peace for me is basically just dedicating my life to trying to become the better version of myself, right? And so when I say peace, for me, it is not going out there and trying to show people what I'm about, right? But more so, okay, to myself, getting out there and achieving what I want to do. So I'm not going to sit up there and tell you that my goal is to become a millionaire, right? I'm not going to tell you that because that is between me and my most important version of myself, right? I want to become a millionaire. I want to become a millionaire, and how I'm going to become a millionaire is between me and myself, right? Now, to get out there and wear fancy clothes and drive Lamborghinis and Bentleys and out there and just show people, you know, on credit, basically, okay, that I'm living a glamorous life is me trying to prove to somebody outside of myself of the person I want to be. And believe it or not, those things are awesome, but that is not the person I want to be. Okay? I want to have the ability to do that if I want, but that is not the life that I want to live. So that is the difference between, okay, being um, a person, okay, and trying to prove to other people that you are this type of person. How you doing, Linda? Thank you for coming through. Trying to prove to people that you're this type of person. So I'm asking you guys, right, to stop trying to prove to people, okay, who you are. Because I'm gonna tell you what, most people truly don't care who you are because they're so caught up in living their own particular life. People, people are trying to live their own life. People, all of these people who are giving you the illusion that they have it together, they don't truly have it together. They don't. Okay, they just are. They can mask it better than you do. Okay, they have pulled the wool over your eyes a little bit better than other people. So don't get confused and think that everybody has it together except for you. Most people don't have it together, but I'm here to help you to get it together. Okay, so in order to help you to get it together, I need you to realize and stop panicking. Okay, when you think that everybody else around you has their shit together, they don't. Okay, they don't have it together. So stop. Okay, start understanding that there are steps you need to take to create your life, the life that you want. Okay, and that entire process takes time. So be patient with yourself, okay, and get out there and create the life that you want one step at a time, and don't panic about it. Just take that deep breath and ease into the life that you want. You're going to make it happen, okay? So choose peace over trying to prove to everybody else of the person that you are. The only person that you need to prove to is you. Okay? That's important. That is my second secret. And that secret is so important, man. People get so caught up in trying to prove to everybody else who they are when the fact of the matter is people don't care who you are. People don't care who you are. People get lost in that shit. Okay? The next important thing is learning the power of no. So when I talk about the second one, which is um, stop trying to prove to people who you are and start being who you are. One of the most important things that I tell people all the time is the power of no. Saying the word no. All right. As a matter of fact, I want you guys to say it to me. Say it out loud. No. Can you do this for me? No. Can you babysit my dog? No. Can you whatever? I don't know. My point being is that I want you guys to always understand the importance of saying the word no, right? What no does is it gives you back time, it gives you back your choice, it gives you back power. Okay. And what happens is that people have a tendency to assume that just because they ask you to do something for them, that you are obligated to do something for them. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the likes, guys. Um, People have a tendency to think that you're obligated to do something for them. Okay. When the truth is that, guys, stop placing that burden upon yourself of having to do something for people. That is very, very it's draining. It's draining. Okay. To think that just because somebody asks you to do something for them, and just because you're a good person means that you have to do something for somebody else. You don't. Okay. You don't owe anybody anything. Okay. um Regardless, if people did something for you in the past, they did it out of their heart. And if they didn't do it out of their heart, then they did it to manipulate you because they knew the person that you were going to become in the future. And if they did it because they knew the person that you were going to become in the future, then shame on them for trying to manipulate a future situation in your life. Okay. Learn how to say no. The power of no is the greatest choice that you can possibly make when it comes to having the best life possible. Okay. It gives you back so much time. It does. When I began to say no to people, okay, I had so much extra time on my hands because I started letting people know that I'm not obligated to do anything for you. And that if I do choose to do something for you, it is out of the kindness of my heart. Okay. So start to do things out of the kindness of your heart and not out of obligation, guys. I think that is true, totally important for you guys. Understand that. The power of no uh, leaps and bounds. It changes again. Okay. Um, Practice stillness. Stillness. Okay. Um, it is my secret. It is my secret weapon. It is my secret weapon when I try to be too busy, right? When I try to do too much, when I try to be involved in everybody's life. I have children, and I have a wife and a family, and when I try to be in everybody's life, okay, I tend to get overwhelmed, right? And one of my superpowers when it comes to being overwhelmed is the power of stillness. Just stop. I tell people all the time, just stop. Stop moving. Stop. Okay? Think through the process. Think through the process of what you're doing and how it affects everybody around you. Okay? And once you make it through that process, guys, once you make it through that process, okay, sometimes it's better to let nature take its course and let whatever's going to happen happen. And when I began to understand the power of stillness, when I began to understand the power of let go, let God, right? Because that is the power of stillness, right? It is stop trying to control things that you have no control over. That's the power of stillness. right? When you stop trying to control things that you have no control over, you begin to wake up to the fact that everything is not within your power. You create the life that you want for you, but everything is not within your power. So you have to learn how to react to things that happen in your life. After, what's up now? We're in here. How you doing? We have to learn how to react to things that happen in our life that we have no control over. It's serious. It's it's serious, but at the same time, guys, I want you guys to understand that the power, the power that God has, right, over us is something that we have to learn how to understand and respect. So as much as we love to be in control, as much as we love to be in charge, there are certain things that we have no control over. And when you learn how to be still in that process, things begin to work out in your life that you thought that you were going to dictate how things work out. It's powerful. So learn the power of stillness. That is secret number 4, guys. My next secret, number 5, is feeding your mind. Feeding your mind what you want to feel, right? And the reason why I say feed your mind what you want to feel is because you are in charge of how you react to everything that happens to you. So as I talked to you guys previously about the previous one of learning the power of stillness, right? What I want you guys to also understand is that um, after things happen in your life, right, that you have no control over, um, what you guys need to begin to understand is that you have to start to feed your mind how you want your day to go. So I start my every single day off with this is the best day of my life. That is my statement to myself every single day, right? And people ask me all the time, well, how is this the best day of your life? And I tell them, it's the best day of my life because I choose it to be the best day of my life. Regardless of what happens in your life, you have the power to make a choice of exactly how your day is going to turn out. That's amazing, right? To have the power of choosing how your day is going to turn out. Because some people can not choose how they want their day to turn out. They just let the day turn out however it's going to turn out. Me, on the other hand, I choose how my day is going to turn out. Before my day even begins, I make that choice. This is the best day of my life, right? And if you start to understand that if you want to have a good day, you have to choose to have a good day because obstacles come around, circumstances happen, things go on in the world that you have no control over, and they're going to go on each and every day. And you can allow them to affect you to the point of you're miserable, or you can allow it to affect them to the point of, guess what? Despite the fact that this happened, this is still the best day of my life. Now, me, I have it on the premise of the next moment is not promised to me. So because the next moment is not promised to me, yes, I can say that with confidence that this is the best day of my life. And I can say that every single morning that I wake up. Okay. And when you begin to start to say that with confidence every single day that you wake up, you will start to realize that every single day that you wake up happens to be the best day of your life over and over and over again. You start adding those days together, man, I'm telling you, you'll have a really good life. All right? So dictate how you want to feel. Now, this one right here was powerful for me, and it was powerful for a few people that I really love and I care for. All right? And and that mistake is forgive. Forgiveness. It is God-like quality, and I know that as much as people want to say how close they are to God, they still have a difficulty with this one. They still have a difficulty with this, and it's very, very hard for people to forgive so that they can be free. I'm telling you, if you learn how to forgive people, it frees you up from the pain, the heartache, the misery. Ronnie, what's going on, Ronnie? How you doing? It frees you up from the pain, the heartache, and the misery of carrying that burden yourself. You know, I have been wronged by a lot of people who I had a lot of love for. I've been wronged by a lot of people who I've had confidence in. I've been wronged by a lot of people who I've trusted, okay, who I've been loyal to. And guess what? I forgive every single one of them. And the reason why I forgive every single one of them is because when you begin to forgive people, you free yourself, right? If you don't forgive people, then you are still tied to that individual, to that burden, and that sits on your heart. It is tight. It is tight, man. I've tried it. I've done it before where I've tried to hold on to that anger, to that pain. And every time I got around that individual, my chest got tight and I got angry and I tried to figure out how I was going to make that person feel the pain that I felt until I realized that it wasn't my job to make that person feel the pain that I felt. And that the pain that I felt because of that person was chosen for me to be able to become the person that I am. Right? Sometimes people bring you through shit. Sometimes people hurt you because the only way that you'll become who you are right now is because they have to give you the pain that they have given you in that moment. Start understanding that. That's called grace. That's called grace, everybody. Somebody hurting you to the point of where you're in tears and you're crying, you're miserable, and you don't want to go on, but then you make it through that. That's called grace. That grace puts you in where you need to be to continually make you to the person who you need to become. All right? That's powerful. So, in that moment, you may not understand that feeling. And in that moment, you may have hurt. I've been there. I've had that hurt in that moment. But now, in retrospect, you have to let that go. And you have to have gratitude. And you have to be happy about what happened to you in order to create you to be who you are right now. That powerful individual, that strong individual, that individual who has thousands of arrows in your back and you are still walking, okay, with ease, with no problem. Okay, that in itself is super powerful. Okay, that resilience, okay, that resistance, that fortitude, that power, that strength, okay, comes from all of the time that people did you wrong, okay, that you were able to forgive and overcome. That's that strength, okay? It made you into who you are right now. So I would need you guys to have gratitude about that, to thank God that all of that happened to you was His mercy, allowing you to be strong as you are right now. It was His mercy. Trust me, you made it through. Of course, it was His mercy, right? Because if it wasn't His mercy, you wouldn't have made it this far. All right. So that's powerful. Understand that, guys. Understand that. Forgive so that you can be free. And one of the most important things that you should talk to one of my partners about is stop letting people rent out space in your head, man. You know, stop allowing people to spend so much time in your head rent free. You can't allow people to live rent free up in your head, guys. You can't allow it. Okay? They did not earn that. Okay? Nobody gets to live rent free in my head. And trust me, there are people who have paid a very, very high price to live up here. And I've had to make sure that I raise the value so high that the only person allowed to be up here is me. So work on that, guys. Work on that. Work on raising the price of rent so high in this penthouse of a brain that you have that nobody else gets to live here rent free. That is important. Okay. And with that, we're at mistake. We're at secret number 7. Secret number 7, guys. And it says it for itself. Be intentional about joy. Be intentional. I tell everybody all the time that this is the best day of my life. But at the same time, when people ask me how I'm doing, I tell them that I'm doing fantastic. I'm telling them I'm doing amazing. I tell them that I'm doing incredible. I tell them that I am extremely happy. Okay, and this is not fake it till you make it, guys. This is reality. And the reason why is that bad things happen to everybody. Bad things happen to everybody, right? But we don't have control over everything that happens in our life. We don't have control over that. But what we do have control over is how we react to the many things that happen in our lives. And so when you start understanding that you have total complete power over your level of happiness, you have total complete power. No matter what happens to you, you can choose to be happy and you can choose to be unhappy. Me, I choose to be happy. I want a happy life. I want a life of gratitude, of the things that I do have, and not constantly thinking about the things that I don't have. I want to be the guy who is glass half full as the guys who's run around whose glass half empty. Okay? That's the guy that I want to be. And so it is up to you to choose that. It is up to you to choose that, right? And so in order to choose that, you have to be intentional, guys. You have to be intentional about happy is healthy. That's what I'm talking about, Ronnie. Happy is healthy. You have to be intentional about the life that you want, right? You have to be intentional about the life that you want. It is so easy to fall at the default, right? The default of life is or the world, as I've noticed and I'm looking around me, the default is misery. The default is, oh my God, look at all this stuff that's happening. The default is, oh my God, everything is falling apart. The default is unhappiness. I'm telling you guys that you cannot be like the normal. You can't be like everybody else. You can't be like that. You have to start living your life based on your reality that you're going to create for you. And your reality that you're going to create for you is number one, this is the best life possible. Okay. Number two, this is the happiest that you've ever been. Right? And this is a statement. It's a statement that I've made and I continue to make time and time again because we yesterday is the past and the future is a time that we don't know whether it's going to show up or not. So what you have right now is choice. A choice right now, this very moment, to choose whether this is the best life possible for you or whether it's not the best life possible for you. Okay? So you could choose to be happy or you could choose to be in misery. But it is your choice. So where do you want to be? I know most of you guys do not want to be miserable. I know that. Come on. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. I know most of you guys don't want to be miserable. So make the choice. Make the choice to be happy. And guess what? Just because you make the choice to be happy does not mean everything is going to work out for you. It doesn't. It doesn't. Most likely, everything won't work out for you unless you make it a choice of making everything work out for you. But the fact of the matter is that despite what happens, you're going to be happy. And despite what happens, you're going to realize that today being the best day of your life is not determined by all of the outside forces that you can't control. And so that's where the power comes in. That's where the power comes in. When you start to realize that all of these things that I can't control, I don't care about. But the things that I do, that I can control, okay, I am going to take charge of. So start taking charge of the things that you can control to make it the best life possible, guys. That's all I'm asking you guys to do today. So Sunday, I'm here every Sunday talking about the 7 Secrets of Daily Happiness. Sometimes I hop on early and I get all excited about everything that I have to talk about. And so because I get excited about everything that I have to talk about, guys, I get a little off track, but I'm back on track today and I'm here and I'm talking to you guys and I'm excited about it. Okay, next Sunday, Ronnie, we're going to dive into forgiveness. I think that's powerful. Forgiveness is powerful, and believe it or not, forgiveness is. I think I got that here, Ronnie. Forgiveness is mistake number 6. It is secret number 6, Ronnie. So we're gonna go deeper into that next week. I think we can do that. Thank you for reminding me. We're definitely gonna go deeper into that next week. That is powerful. Powerful. But one thing that I don't have listed, Ronnie, that I'm going to talk about next week is gratitude. There's not enough gratitude going around out here, right? Not enough gratitude. Every second, every microsecond should be based in gratitude, right? Because nothing is promised. So if you start living your life based on the fact that nothing is promised, then you'll understand the importance of gratitude. So I'm telling you guys right here, right now, gratitude is my superpower. Gratitude is my superpower. And because I have gratitude in certain things that go on in my life, I can conquer anything that I want, understanding that I'm literally playing with a stacked deck. I'm playing with a stacked deck because I've already won. I've already won as many years as I've been on this planet. As much as I've got done in my life, I'm playing with a stacked deck of gratitude. So every single day, man, you guys should be appreciative and you should be happy for what you have already gotten, right? And for every single microsecond more that you get out of that. So next week, we're going to go deep into gratitude next Sunday. All right. So I'm going to wrap it up here for today. I thank you guys for coming out. Ronnie, you're the best. Ronnie, I don't even know why you're up this late. Why are you up this late, Ronnie? What's going on? Ooh, you can't sleep? Anyway. So anyway, you're not, girl. You're not jobless. The government is just currently closed. All right. When you come back, you're gonna come back full force. So don't even sweat it. That's awesome. All right. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow. You guys know I'll be jumping rope tomorrow. Election day is Tuesday. Make sure you guys show up so that Ronnie is not out of work. Show up and get some people that's going to make sure that my federal workers don't be out of work ever again. All right. So elect somebody that at least chooses that. All right. All right. Well, that's awesome, Ronnie. Listen. Hard times make us the people who we are today. It makes us better at the end of the day. So I thank you for showing up. I thank you for your sense of humor. And I want you to have a good rest of your night. That's right. You better believe it, Ronnie. That's what I'm talking about. So we're here. We're at 18.9. We're going to wrap it up at 19 likes. And we're going to call it a day after that. Sounds like a plan. All right, Ronnie, I will see you tomorrow. You have a great night. It is after midnight over here. I think you're on the East Coast with me. You're in Florida. So I'm in Pennsylvania here, and we're going to wrap it up. You have a good night, and I will talk to you tomorrow. All right. Good night. All right. YouTube, you guys have a great night. I thank you guys for showing up. And I'll see you tomorrow. And definitely see you next Sunday.